What's up, guys? I know it's been a while. I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here on the chat. Been a while. I just wanted to log on today, talk to you guys, see what's up, what's good with y'all. Go over 1 year later. We've been here at the office now a little over a year, actually, and I get a lot of questions on either my Instagram, which you should totally follow at DJ Woopig, or Facebook private messages. I get a lot of questions on how's the office going? Is it worth it? Do I need an office? How much does it cost? And all that good stuff. So we got 17 people in here live right now. You guys know the drill. In the comment section, in the chat, tell me where you're from, where you're coming from, where you're hailing from, and we'll just kind of just dive right into it. So, been here at my office. Bar, what's up, man? I don't know about looking. I may be looking good, but I'm not feeling good. I've been trying to take better care of myself. Um, I ain't getting no younger, so I'm trying to get my health under control because this is the year of the babe. No baby yet, but we're planning. We're working on it. But yeah, so a year later, is it worth it? Do you guys need an office? Uh, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna start with my current situation. So, Bar, you are gonna be an uncle. That's funny. So my current situation is a year ago I signed a lease on this place, which it's a dope location. It's kind of hidden, I guess you would say. I don't get a whole bunch of foot traffic, which means I don't have people I don't have a lot of people that know where I am, which is a good thing. And I guess it's kind of a bad thing as well. It keeps the foot traffic down, but at the same time, it does allow me to blare music as loud as I want to, and it gives me a little bit of privacy. So it's nice. A year later, do I think having an office is worth it? And I'm going to say it depends. It totally depends. As our clientele gets younger and younger, a lot of the meeting in person and things of that nature, it has slowly started to go away. Even I've been doing this 10 years now. Right when I first started, I was meeting clients every time. They wanted to meet me, they wanted to see me. It wasn't even a question of booking a person and not seeing them. Whereas now it's not the same because I don't have millennial brides. We can do all this over. I've booked brides just simply off of like Instagram. Um, and it having an office isn't necessary if you're a single op DJ and the only thing you do is DJ, you don't do anything else. I'm gonna say keep your money because for you an office is not necessary. Um, Even if you're a growing DJ company, having a home office is totally cool because now with social media, Snapchat, Instagram, brides kind of already know you even before they reach out, which is cool, and it's kind of a catch-22 as well. But yeah, if you're a DJ company and you're happy and you're keeping your books busy and you're like on the verge of should I get an office or should I get a home office or whatever, I'm going to say you don't need one. Even if you're like a small level multi-op where you're managing one or two guys or a photo booth business or whatever, I'm going to say if you don't have an office right now, getting one may not play in your favor because uh, because it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. So my place runs me roughly $1,000 just to have the key, and then you got to think about cable or not cable and internet, but you got to think about internet. You got to think about electricity, heat and air, water, security, insurance. So before I turn a profit for the month, before I do anything, right? Like immediately off the top, it cost me roughly $2,000 to stay here in this location, um, which is cool. If you can afford it, that's fantastic. Me and my wife were kind of at a turning point where it was we either buy a bigger house that's got a shop on it, or I find somewhere to put all my crap because I got a lot of stuff. You guys have seen the videos, and there's even been more stuff show up since then. It was one of those crossroads situations where our house, it's not huge, it's not small, it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, uh, typical middle class suburban home. And I was running out of room. Now, in my situation, I had a couple storage units. My buddy Levi, he was gracious enough to let me, take down a wall and really open up my space. But yet and still, it still didn't work out well. It worked out fine. Let me backtrack. It worked out fine, but it wasn't the ideal. It wasn't the ideal scenario where I had as much power as I needed. They had restrooms on site, but you had to walk around the building, and if it's raining, you got to walk in the rain. All that stuff. It was great. I was blessed to have that opportunity. But with growth comes change. So I decided to take a chance and lease out this office space that has a pretty awesome warehouse facility where I can put all my stuff, and it's fantastic. Now, if you're a multi-op and you're controlling, let's say just more than 3 guys, I'm going to say an office is going to work out better for you because you have a central location where everyone can come and get their gear or get their equipment. You can, like, for instance, in my situation, I've got right at 5 guys that are strictly event hosts. They don't do anything else but DJ, and then we also have the production side of things as well. So it works out good. As I'm training new guys, we had, there for about 2 months. We met here every Sunday. Everybody brought their DJ rig, and we just set it up, and we'd mix and we'd blare music and we'd have a good time. If you're doing that at your house, if you're cool with 5 or 6 people coming over to your house, and you got the room, by all means, stay where you are, because if you're cool with that, that's fine. But in my situation, I'm a pretty private guy, so having a lot of people over at my home, it's not conducive to my home life. And with guys coming and picking up gear, I just don't like people at my house. It's weird. I'm a pretty private guy. I tell you guys not to call me. I don't want you showing up at my house either. And these guys that I hire, they're great people. I entrust them with my business, but that doesn't mean that I just want them all at my house at one time, because it's not the biggest home, and I like to keep business and personal separated. So we have this lovely location where if they want to come and hang out for a few hours, or if they've got some downtime during the week and they want to come and set up their rig and practice and mix, all in like live time, they can do it. It's great. It's great. So in my situation, having an office space was definitely worth it. But I am going to say in I'm going to say in 75% of the people that I talk to that are interested in getting an office space, it's not needed. It's not needed. So I'm gonna hop down in the comment section, and then we'll get back on topic. Looks like we've got 40 people in here or so. 2 thumbs up. That's dope. Let's see here. Rick, boom. One of my event hosts is actually on the live stream. So yeah, that's pretty dope. Let's see here. We've got people from Hawaii. My mother's on here. That's dope. Yes, I do have an event, a DJ that's got a pretty nice pad, and we're planning some like team building type stuff over at his place, because he's got all the room in the world. So, but yeah, let's see here. if y'all got any questions, I'm gonna try to like get on topic, hop off topic, answer questions. I'm sorry, allergies are kicking my ass, and my nose has been running all day. There we go. Jared at Sunset Productions from Springfield, Missouri. I'd love to hear more about general production, band, sound, lights, video over DJing. I love your channel and insight. Oh, thanks for everything. Yeah, all that's coming. Um, that's gross. I'm not editing that out. I got boogers in my nose, man. Sinuses are terrible. Yeah, so the production guys that have come here, like from my production style videos over, you guys don't care about DJ stuff. And if you're a DJ, a lot of y'all guys don't care about production stuff. I've toyed with starting a new channel, but we've got such a big steam ahead with the subscriber count and you guys tuning in. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to try to like make it for everybody. And then there's some personal stuff that I'd like to do, things like drum covers and just like automotive stuff. It's kind of tough. I'm in like a tough spot because I have a lot of things that I want to do, but you guys are either here to see DJ content or production content. You don't care about cars and trucks and drums and stuff like that. So it's tough, but just stick with me. Jared, if you've got something specific that you want to see a video over, shoot me an email, djwoopig@gmail.com. We can start an email correspondence from that. As you guys know, anybody that emails me, unless it's a question that's in a video or it's something that is like should be general knowledge or can be solved with a simple Google answer, I will always email you back. But people that email me, hey, how much do you charge? Hey, what kind of gear do you have? Hey, what do I need to do a wedding for 200 people? That type of stuff, it's a waste of my time. Kenneth Hodson, how much space do I have here? I've got right at about 1,600 to 2,000 square foot, roughly in there. Jackie Poole, which is my mother. I'm sorry, my sinuses, I'm sniffing. I'm about to hop up and get like a Kleenex. But why am I so late here at the office? Because I really enjoy my job and because my wife is working late. So I might as well get some work done while she's working. I need to be working too. Let's see here. What do I prefer, DJ or production work? I will say, my nose is really running. This is probably, I might take this down just because I'm sniffling. I enjoy both. I will say the more I DJ'd the private events, not the events that I necessarily wanted to do, I fell out of love with it. But now that I'm doing events that I actually want to do. I enjoy DJing. I really do, but I do enjoy the production stuff as well. So I would say right now I enjoy doing the production stuff a little bit more. But when the DJ events come that I actually accept, I really enjoy them because I actually want to be there. Not saying that I didn't want to be there for other, weddings and private events and stuff like that. But I got into DJing to DJ clubs, and then I just got into the private event space, and they're two totally different worlds. Hold on, stand by. I got to go get a Kleenex. Oh, back. Stubby Stumballs in the comments. I had lunch with him yesterday. Good dude. How much money do you have invested in live sound? That's tough. I will say it's tough. If you count speakers, amps, lighting, truss, motors, it's tough. I'm going to say if I had to put a dollar amount on selling the company right now, 100%, to pay for my investment, I'd need no less than 300,000. So I'm going to say I've got about 300K invested. That's probably low because cables add up. Copper's not cheap. So yeah, I'd probably say about 300K. It is what it is. How are the Mackies? The Mackies that I got, they did really well. And I've got a video coming out. The guys over at Mackie, they reached out and sent me out some speakers. They also sent Bar out some speakers. I believe we got two different ones. They did really well. I got the three-way versions because I've already got a set of single 15s, and I just wanted something a little bit different to add to the inventory. I got the three-ways, which if you know anything about three-way speakers, such as the ETX 35Ps or JBL 835, something like that. They're a different animal than like a standard single 15 and a horn. They did really well. We used it on a small little festival we had this past weekend. They sounded good. They covered decently. But yeah, they did well. So I will. They're like the PRX series. I would say they're like that. They did well for what they are. I still don't know the price point on how much they cost. But I will say if they're cheaper than like an ETX model, I would go with them over the ETX because I've heard the ETXPs. They sound fantastic, but they're stupid expensive. So if price point is like something that is deterring you from buying an ETX, I would say this might be a good option. The one thing about Mackie, as opposed to some of the other stuff that you've seen on the channel, not that people pay me to say good things about their product. They just said, we want to see a video of these speakers and what you think of them. So I'm going to be completely honest with you on the video. They suck. I'm going to tell you they suck. Nobody is paying me for my opinion. I don't need money that bad. So I'm going to give you like an honest review of what I think of them, especially for the price point. So stay tuned to the channel. But I thought they did really well. I thought they did really well for the capacity that I had them in. So leave some comments in the comments. I'm going to hop back over to the office thing just so we can kind of keep this video on track. I'll spend some time on that, and then I'll go back to answering some questions. So having an office, is it worth it? In my situation, I do believe it was worth it. But if you're a single op guy, I would say hang on to your money. That's money that you could be putting into savings. That's money that you could be putting, investing into other people to build your brand and, things of that nature. There are other options out there, such as getting like a Regis office space or a shared office space where it's not going to be as expensive if you are a single op owner. But if you're a multi-op with more than 3 or 4 guys, or if you're doing small production and stuff like that, I would say that you need something or somewhere to just to make everything centrally located and uniform. I'm not even saying that you need a storefront where people can come in. Even if you have just an office, or not an office, even if you just have a warehouse type space that you can store your equipment and not have to keep it at your home, because what a lot of people don't know, like read into your insurance stuff. If your house burns up and your business stuff is in there, your homeowner's insurance 9 times out of 10 isn't going to cover that. They're going to rely on your business insurance. And I know a lot of guys out there don't have the proper protocol on their business insurance. So you're just going to be screwed. Just having the two separate isn't a bad idea. There's nothing to say that you can't keep your DJ gear at home if you're a single op, but you need to have business insurance in place on your DJ stuff. That's just common sense. Insurance isn't cheap, and companies like the DJ Insurance in Minutes and stuff like that, generally that only covers you for liability at events. If a speaker falls over and hurt somebody or you do damage to a building or something, that's only going to cover the liability at that event. But as soon as all your stuff is back in your car or back at home, your insurance coverage kind of stops. So make sure that you have the right insurance protocol in place. Somebody asked me how much does this place cost me? You know, for everything, all included. You know, we got internet, the building itself, water, electricity, gas, all that stuff, insurance. It runs me about $2,000 a month, and that's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap because I live in a pretty poor state. If you go like, I can't imagine my friend, you know, DJ Bar, y'all see him in the comments. He lives in New Jersey uh, or New York, California, Florida, places like that. I guarantee you, this office space that I'm in right now, it probably costs uh, $3,000 to $4,000 a month, and that's just for the space. That's not for all the utilities and stuff that come with it. So your mileage may vary depending on your location. So that's why I'm saying, I'm not trying to say that I don't believe that you guys are experienced enough to have an office. I am saying, coming from experience, a year later, if you can afford, if it's not a necessity, don't don't make it a necessity, because once you sign that lease, dog, you're locked in. They're going to get their money regardless. Bills still got to get paid. They still want their money. You know, if you're signing a commercial lease, you're liable. You're liable for it, and it's not. You know, if you go belly up in 6 months because you can't afford the place, they're still going to get their money regardless. So they're probably going to sue you to get it. Okay. Back to the comments. 60 people in here right now, only 6 likes. I know you guys are going to take care of me on the likes. I'm just going to entrust you to do that. I gather based on your videos, the bulk of your business is built on DJing, more specifically weddings. Do you get a lot of bands, live performances, or is that few? Is that more few and far between for Crown Entertainment? I would say right now, I would say 70% of what I do here at Crown Entertainment revolves around the private event space, parties, weddings, corporate, DJ entertainment. 70% of that lies there. The 30% is production based, whether it be lighting, live sound, staging, where there's not a DJ or they didn't contact us specifically for a DJ. So right now it's 70-30. My goal is to be 50-50. But ultimately, you know, we're known for being a DJ company, but we're still a small fish in the sea as it pertains to production in the state. There's a lot of good production providers in our area, and we're just the small fish on the totem pole. I've been doing DJing stuff. You know, I've been DJing for 10 years, really been focusing on building my company over the past 5 or 6 years. So if you Google DJs in Arkansas, we're at the top. But as far as production in Arkansas goes, we're at the bottom. Things take time to build. That's the main thing, guys. None of this stuff happens overnight. All that equipment didn't happen overnight. The reviews didn't happen overnight. It takes time. So I fully expect in 5, 6, 10 years, the production side to be just as a stronghold in our marketplace as the DJ stuff is right now. So, have I ever tried Rockville? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I don't know a lot about Rockville. I do know that a lot of their stuff is on the lower end tier. And that's not to say that I'm better than that, because, guys, if you go back 5 years and look at some of the videos I was putting out on speakers, Seismic Audio, that's who my PA was made by. And we have grown a lot. Start where you can, buy what you can, but don't stay there. Never get comfortable with where you are. Always try to push the envelope forward. So I tried to invest in solid gear and solid equipment that would make my life easier in the long run, and I ended up switching to some better gear. But if I was broke and I'm trying to get things started, There's nothing wrong with buying something that's very super budget friendly, as long as you don't plan to stay in that super budget friendly zone, because mediocrity gets you more mediocrity. Cheap gigs get you more cheap gigs. Cheap speakers, you'll be buying more cheap speakers because they just don't last. Products are expensive because R&D, build quality, all that stuff plays into account, which is why it adds up. Do I like Mackie over Evie? No, I'm an Evie guy through and through. Evie, they were made for a while in Arkansas. Now a lot of it's being shipped overseas, just like everybody else. But I really like Evie products, especially their speaker line. Now, once we get into like the line array and stuff like that, their prosumer, pro level single point source speaker boxes, I really dig. Once you get into the bigger stuff, there's definitely better things out there. But for the price point, I don't think Evie can really kind of be touched on that. Would I be Richard Rotari asked, would you consider doing dadgummit. Would I consider doing a video specifically all about my road cases, things like putting monitor speakers in cases, how they pack into a trailer truck? That's actually a good idea. If you guys didn't know, along with the DJ and production stuff, we also do systems integration, which like you guys are like, what systems integration? Basically, it's a fancy way of saying installs. And what comes with that is becoming dealers for different brands. 90% of the cases in my shop are made by a company called OSP. OSP is headquartered like 30 minutes up the road from me. So I get all of my cases from them. I go pick them up. They're good company. I know a lot of the people that work there. They treat me well. We've actually got some cables and cases and stuff from them to review on the channel. But yeah, I sell OSP cases. So if you are interested in getting cases for your gear or getting a price quote or something for some cases, like I have ATA style cases, go to elitecoreaudio.com, and I'm going to type this right here, www.elitecoreaudio.com. Just go to their website. Tell me what you're looking at, and I can get you some pricing on that stuff. So there you go. DJ Tutu, how do your rentals go? I believe you sent me a message on Facebook as well. Rentals are a complicated process, but you just gotta. Hold on, I'm gonna blow my nose. Sorry, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to rent your gear, because I have a shop full of equipment and all of it's for rent. If you want to rent something, come get it. I do like a basic. How I rent stuff is I rent it for 20% of the purchase price new. So if a speaker costs $100, I'm renting it for $20 per day. You come get it from here. If you want me to pick it up and deliver it, I can, but it's going to cost you more. That's just that's how it goes. Everybody signs a contract. If you break it, I'm sorry, you bought it. Oh, I'm back. I don't know how to get my camera to stop doing that. But yeah, that's kind of how rentals go. I'll do a video in the future specifically on rentals and rentals alone. Hey, from Sacramento, what's up? California, Santa Cruz checking in. King Jeff, what's up from Arkansas? Podo Music, hello there. For this year, I just made my best investment. I bought 10 RCF HLD. Very happy with those. RCF, totally, they're great speakers. I have nothing but good things to say about RCF. They make some good stuff. Thanks for having a vision to inspire others and do the right way. That means a lot, man. I appreciate it. I keep telling you guys, I'm just a normal dude trying to keep you guys from making mistakes that I made. And I've only been that. There's guys that have been doing this a lot longer than I have, that have a lot more experience than I do. I still make mistakes as I'm trying to grow. but I just want the community in general. I just want the community in general to be better, because if you raise the bar, everybody makes more money. That's simply put. Um, Ronell Balin, what's up, man? What does he say? Hello, sir. DJ HO, all of your work is keeping. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Jackie, what was the total cost of the renovations? Total cost of renovations for this space, I would say, you guys have seen the video of what it looked like prior. It was totally trashed. The carpet was bad. The wallpaper was bad. The lights were terrible. It needed to be painted. I would say, all in all, I put $5,000. Let's just say I put $5,000 in here. That's probably overshooting. I would say no. I would say about $5,000. That's about right. By the time you count paint, trim, we put TVs up, we put floors down, we put baseboards up. We had to put new plumbing in. We did some electrical work, just to make it to where it is now, super functional, where it looks nice. We put paintings on the walls and product stuff on the wall. I'd say about $5,000. That's about right. If you get like a shared office space, you probably won't have to do any of that stuff. If you go into an office space that's already like super nice, your rent's probably going to be a little bit more expensive. So that's probably why my rent here is a little bit cheaper than other areas with the same amount of space, because I had to do some work to it. But we signed a 1-year lease. I like the space. I'm going to try to protect the investment, protect that $5,000 that I spent. And we just signed another 2 year lease. So I'm going to be here for another 2 years. At that 2-year mark, I'll reevaluate my situation. Ultimately, I would love to buy something. So in 2 years, I'm either going to buy something or I'm going to make an offer on this space and try to buy this space. That is the goal, at least. Wesley Carter, I've been fighting with myself about getting a space because client claims that the biggest issue with my price, no warehouse for public to see gear. Wait, time out. I've been fighting with myself about getting a space because client claims that is the biggest issue with my price. No warehouse for public to see gear. Sounds like you don't have the right clients, bro. Now I will say, it's tough. I will say that some clients are like, if they Google you and, if it comes up and you don't have a place, like an address isn't listed, I will say that may hinder some checks being written. In the production world, getting a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 check isn't uncommon. And if they go to write out a check and it's addressed to a residential area, or you don't have an address for them, and just make it out to, my name is John Simmons. Let's say the check is just made out to John Simmons and not Crown Entertainment Group. Then, people kind of look at you weird. But I am going to say that, of the production gigs that we do, we travel anywhere, Missouri, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, it doesn't matter. Whoever's going to pay me to be there, I'm going to travel there. And I don't get a lot of clients that come into the office, and that's in general. I don't get a lot of, out of a 6-day work week, I may have 1 or 2 client meetings here. I do a lot of stuff over the phone, a lot of stuff over email. Right when I first got the office, I was really trying to push people to come in here. But that was just me being prideful. It doesn't, if I'm selling a package to a bride and she just wants to call me because she lives 50 miles up the road, I'm not going to make her come here to get my sales pitch. I'm going to call her and sell her like I would anybody else, and I'll get the gig. Having an office is just a plus. It's just a plus. DJ, dadgummit, let me go back up here. DJ Epic Dope from Rogers, Arkansas. I was just in Rogers like 3 or 4 days ago. Joe Storm, Fleet DJs in the building. What's up, man? Jay Book, welcome to the book club. I like JBook. If you're not subscribed to JBook, please go do that. What I think about following the trends from other parts of the country for new things to offer clients, like Sparks, which I have. I sell them pretty regularly. Clouds, dancing on a cloud. I have a Nimbus. I sell that. That's a tougher sell than the special effects in general is a tough sell. Um, should you keep up with the Joneses to separate yourself? No. Do what you do well, and only branch out if you feel like you're getting stale, or you feel like that you need to offer something, or you feel like you could ultimately sell that. If you can't, if you're a DJ company and you can't sell your DJ services, there's no sense in you trying to sell special effects or photo booths or whatever. But if you're a DJ company and you're selling yourself a lot, stepping in, upselling. If you're good at selling, upselling is just another tool to add to your kit. But I will say there's no, and Jay, I know where you're coming from with this, because he follows me on Twitter and I retweeted something earlier. There's no sense in going broke or having expensive gear sit in the shop and not being utilized, just because you want to offer something that somebody else 1,000 miles away does. I know you guys see people like SCE Event Group and like Arnaldo Offerman, even some of the stuff that you see Bar do with the CO2 cannons. Everybody, or some of the, even this, some of the stuff that I do with the production stuff and the moving heads and the staging, and everybody wants to be there. But if it's not your niche, it's not your niche. Stop trying. This isn't a competition. At the end of the day, we're all in this to make a dollar, do what we enjoy, and go home. There's no sense in going broke, buying equipment that you won't use. And that's my 2 cents. Wesley Carter started in JBL, now in FBT gear. FBT is good stuff. Talk to DAS about going to their array. DAS is good stuff. EV don't sound good after trying FBT, but FBT hitting on riders, so that's their problem. I was on the EV until I jumped to FBT. That's cool. Hello out of Tampa, Florida. What's up, man? Out of Tampa. Can't listen to EV. Okay, Wesley, we got it. We got it. Let's see here. Team QSC. It doesn't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I've never had a client besides production clients, because there are riders that need to be fulfilled. I've never had a bride ask me what brand of speakers I use or what brand controller I have. So stop. You're only competing against yourself. Now, I will say, having quality equipment is great. It's what you need. But the whole QSC versus EV versus JBL, my clients don't care, and your clients probably don't either. Would I have a contract template for rentals that I would be able to share with us? Marcellus, maybe. What you guys have probably seen, like even with like my call video, at the end of it, I put a template that you can go to my website and buy for like the question and questionnaire and stuff that I ask all of my clients. And it's $8. $8 is super cheap, super duper cheap. I'm not trying to like make a killing off of YouTube, but this is like information that is mine. And so I tried to monetize it where I can, just to make it worth my time. YouTube is simply a hobby. This stuff takes time out of my schedule. You'll notice like in the past month, there haven't been any videos because I've been so busy. So there needs to be like a little incentive for me to put this out there. So if I did do a video on rentals and included a contract, there'd probably be something on there that you'd have to buy the form that I'm using, but it's the people that have bought my form, which is a lot of you guys. It's super simple, ready to go. So boom, you download it and you can put it in, put your own branding on it and put it into service that day. So it's a good possibility that we might do that, but just stay tuned to the channel. Cliff Nelson just upgraded QSC K181s, K2, K12.2s. Drunk driver hit my trailer, totaling out all my Mackie seismic stuff. Can't have nothing nice, man. That sucks. I hope you got good insurance. John, did you lose some weight? If so, how are you keeping healthy? Actually, thanks for noticing. I am down. I am down 36 pounds as of the first of the year. Like I said, this is the year of the baby. I'm not getting any younger. I've had health issues like from the get go. I was born with bad feet, and I like limp around from time to time. Had a bunch of reconstructive surgery on my body. I just need to take care of myself, and uh, I am an African American, so high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all that stuff kind of runs in my genes. I'm just trying to be as healthy as I can because this business, especially the production side, is tough on you, and I want to be in it for the long run. I don't want to be back to being at a desk 9 to 5 just because my body didn't hold up. So I'm just trying to take care of myself. I feel better. Uh, People tell me I look good, which is nice, but ultimately you got to do it for yourself. What I've done is just watch what I eat, drink lots of water, hit the gym 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And just try to make wise decisions with my health. I still can't. I still have these sugar-free energy drinks that I need to give up. I still have this vape thing that I need to give up. But I've cut my sugar intake almost completely. I only drink these maybe once, twice a week, where I was, sugar-free Red Bull I should have had stock in because I was drinking 3 or 4 of them a day. And I did stop smoking about 5 years ago. I started smoking when I was 14. It's addicting. It's a bad habit. I've been vaping, for the past 5 years or so. And I need to drop that. So I'm just trying to do better. At the end of the day, you just got to want to do better. Let's see here. Have I upgraded anything on the production rig? Marquise, what do you mean? Upgrade. Upgrade. What do you mean? You guys know what I have. Have I bought anything? I guess, the new thing that we got was motors, chain hoist, CM Lodestar 1-ton motors. Got a dope deal on those. If you guys know anything about production, you can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on motors to fly stuff in the air. I got a really good deal on them. Couldn't say no. So now I have 6 1-ton motors in my inventory, and it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Being able to fly stuff in the air safely is fantastic. Cool DJ Dre, what's up, man? I appreciate you checking in. He hosts several groups on Facebook, one of which I really enjoy is the software tech page, DJ Software Tech Tips. I believe that's his page. Lots of good info in that Facebook group. If you're not there already, consider it. How do I feel about HoneyBook? Never used it. I use DJ Event Planner. They've been good to me. There are some things that I would like to change, but it works well for my current situation. I can't say anything bad about them. Office looks dope. Corey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Corey, he's one of my best friends. I hope you're doing well, you and your lovely wife. Yeah. K-Wit sound in the house. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Kevin, Jackie Poole, did I get a photo booth? Yes. Let's see here. Hello from NZ. I'm thinking that's New Zealand. I love following your videos. Keep up with your channel. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Just did sound reinforcement for a diehard JBL guy, and he was like, "Your rig sounds amazing." Antoine, what are you rocking there? If your rig sounds amazing, Rick, I appreciate you, man. Hey, Rick, he's actually one of my event hosts. Shoot me a text message. Your bride got back to me, so I need to get you a time that you can talk to your bride this week. Yeah, DJ Software and Tech Talk on Facebook. Super good group of people. There's not any bashing or anything like that. Adults, so I like being a part of that group. So yeah, we're pushing 45 minutes. I really want to cut this off at an hour. So yes, Rick, text me right now. So if you got any questions, I'm going to be here for the next 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Ask all the questions you can. If we can't get to it on this one, be sure to follow me on Instagram, social media, all that stuff, and we'll just go from there. But yeah, if you got any questions about the office space or business in general, I am here. You have Carvin Dual 18 subs, some cheap power tops from Technical Pro until my EVs come in. I will say the Carvin TRX series subs they sound really good. Technical Pro, I'm not a huge fan of, but do you, man? Let's see here. Use what you can afford to get the job done. I have 3 active setups: Mackie powered Rockville powered bottoms, a QSC powered 4-speaker set, and Yorkville 4-speaker set. And that's ultimately use what you can to get the job done. Realize where you are. So if you're using bottom shelf equipment, there's nothing wrong with that for a short while. Don't hang out there. Buy what you can and yeah, buy what you can, but don't be happy with mediocrity. That's the problem. That's how a lot of people see, especially wedding and private event DJs. They think we're just cool with being mediocre. We want to be the best. So yeah, so you gotta be the best that you can. Don't be happy with mediocrity. Let's see here. Am I planning to upgrade to the JBL Vertec? No, not for a while at least, because here's the reason why. My good friends owns a production house that has well over 40 JBL 4888 Vertec boxes. There's no sense in me buying the same thing when I can rent them from him for a fraction of the cost of what it would cost me to buy new. So whenever I upgrade from my VRX rig from JBL, I plan on stepping into something that no one else has. That way, if they need what I have, they can rent it from me. If I need what they have, I can rent it from them. I really been thinking about, I mean, something like a D&B rig would be dope. Something like a Meyer rig would be dope. But we're talking well into the future. I plan on staying in the zone that I am right now for no less than 3 years, just depending on how the growth is, and then we'll see where we are then. But the Vertec rig, it's great, but they just came out with a new VTX line. So the Vertec essentially will become obsolete for riders or so here in a little bit. Let's see here. Do I still have the Yorkville TX9s? How do they sound? They sound great, and they're for sale if you want to buy them. They're great subs, but I would really like to have all matching subs. I find that they stay in the shop longer than they should because I send them out when I need a little bit more low end in smaller rooms that I can pole mount a single 15 on. They're great subs. I have zero issue with them, but I just want all my subs to match. So I'm looking at getting another set of the STX 828s from JBL. The TX9s are for sale. I'm asking $2,000, which is a dope price because they're like $2,000 a piece new. So if you're interested, shoot me an email, djwoopig@gmail.com. I'll drive them to you. I can ship them to you. I got something in my beard right there. Whatever. How can I contact? It just says, how can I contact W? I'm assuming, how can you contact me? Shoot me an email, djwoopig@gmail.com. I'll type it in right here. Boom. I just ask that you don't call me. Don't call me. Let's see here. Am I a fan of Ox-fed subs? Ox-fed subs is the only way to go, Mr. Cade Fletcher. I think I did a video on that not too long ago. In my opinion, Ox-fed subs are the way to go. Nate J, what's good, bro? First time checking you live, but I always catch your uploads. I'm a new DJ for 1 year. Hard to find gigs. Do I recommend doing free gigs for clientele? If so, how long would you? That's a tough one. In my opinion, free gigs are only going to get you more free gigs. But that's not to say that I haven't done my fair share of free gigs as well. So here's what I say: you need to be compensated for something, if not anything other than your time. So you need to come up with an hourly rate that makes sense for you. I'm not going to tell you what your hourly rate should be, but you need to be paid for your time. People don't go to work for free. You ask them to go work their 9 to 5 job for free, they'll look at you like you're crazy, and they're not even bringing the instruments that they need to get their job done to their job. If you're a DJ, you're bringing your sound system, your equipment, all that stuff to the job, and then you're doing your job. No one should expect you to do that for free. So I will say, get what you can, but you need to work on developing how much your price point should be, then work your way up as you gain experience and such. Have I ever used KV2s? I'm guessing not because I don't know what they are. Drummer Dude 8323. You make a lot of smart investments. Ever made a bad one? Not a specific brand, but maybe a certain type of product or service. Yeah, I mean, video screens and TVs and stuff like that. I wouldn't consider those bad investments, but I will say I went out and bought TVs to put on truss and stuff like that just because it was what I saw everyone doing on social media. And to be quite honest with you, my TVs don't go out a lot. I see up in like the Atlantic, Northeast, New Jersey, New York, all that stuff. I see people with TV setups with the 2 totems and 4 TVs and multimedia and stuff like that. I see that stuff all the time, but in my area, it's not a hot seller. I sell more uplighting monograms than I do anything else. Almost every event that we do is like that mid-level where they're not getting just the DJ service alone. They're adding uplights, monogram, photo booth, stuff like that. I went out and did that just because it was the stuff that I saw on Facebook. I use more multimedia displays and stuff like that at bridal shows than I do events. Per year, I would say I use those displays 5 or 6 times, not very much. So yeah, there's always investments that aren't the greatest. Don't make impulse buys. Make calculated decisions on what you're going to be using it for. If you're not already getting calls for a specific service, if you're not getting calls for it, there's no reason why you should go out and make the investment. If you can't sell it. So what I would recommend you do is, if you're interested in selling a service such as the photo booth, why don't you team up with a photo booth company that is close to you, or another DJ company that has a photo booth, and try to sell theirs and just subcontract them in. They work for you on that event. It's got your photo booth branding, all that stuff in there, and try it out for 6 months. If you only sell it a couple times, it's probably not the best idea to go out and spend 10 grand to make a photo booth, or whatever it costs. There's always ways you can subcontract people in where you're getting paid for essentially booking the job. You don't have to go out and get everything that you see. Let's see here. Antoine McAdam, what's the deal with you jingling keys and the thumbnails? I missed that because I'm at work. We started off talking about the office, the keys to the office. I remember when I made a post about getting my office, had my keys up. So that's now we're just kind of answering questions. Let's see here. I'm looking into a line array, JBL, RCF line array soon, maybe after summer. What do you think about JBL and RCF? JBL and RCF are great brands. Can't go wrong with either one. But I'm going to say the question that I have when people say I want to invest in a line array is, do you need it? Because if you don't need it, don't do it. Don't do it. How's the life of being a full-time DJ sound engineer? It's pretty dope. I wake up, I do what I want to do. I do what I'm passionate about. I love my career. I love being able to devote 100% of my time to growing my business. It's fantastic. I love it. What do I think about the Evolve 50s? Been looking at them for a while. I was looking at the Evolve 50s too. That's another one of those impulse buys. Um, I don't think that would be a smart investment for me simply because, yeah, they look nice, but every speaker that I currently own is better, is more powerful than the Evolve 50s. And I was thinking about getting them just because it's a column array and it's the new trendy thing. Who asked that question? Drummer Dude 8323. He said the question about smart investments. They look nice. It's the trendy thing on all the forums and stuff like that. The column array systems. I know JBL's got one. RCF has the. It's not the Evolve. What is it? I don't know what their line is, but they've got one. The LD Maui system. But here's the thing. I've got EKX 15s, EKX 12s, ZLX 15s. Every speaker, literally every speaker that I own, puts out more higher quality sound at a higher level than the Evolve 50s. So at this point, the only reason why I'm buying them is to be trendy, and I just don't think it'd be a smart investment. So there's Evox. That's the system, Evox. They look cool, but it's just not. It's not needed, and they're like $1,500 a piece, something like that. I think there's better speakers out there for the money. Just my opinion. See, I am an EV fan, but even like the Evolves, I think there's better speakers out there for the money. Da, da, da. All y'all knew the Evox stuff. Y'all were probably sitting there yelling at your computers. It's the Evox line. I know. I'm sorry. Aaron Hannaford. Currently run 2 JBL Eons. I'm looking into subs. I already own an amp. Need a sub. It doesn't matter if it's passive or powered. What do you think would be the best fit to grow into? If you've already got an amp and it's got a crossover built in, I would say since you've already got a JBL Eon, look at some of the JBL passive series subs. Maybe a JBL SRX 818. I think it's a single 18 sub. So that if you've already got the amp, if the amp already has a built-in crossover, why don't you just go with it? You're an owner, operator of Sunset Productions. Thoughts on t-shirts, merch for advertisement purposes? You got to sell yourself. As I say this, I've got nothing in here that has my name on it. That's wrong. I've got these dope ass koozies that I had made. You need stuff with your name on it just so people, it stays like top of the mind. There's nothing, especially shirts. If this is what you do for a living, you need some merch. You need shirts that you can go set up in. You need a nice company polo that's got your logo on there. My backpack has my logo on there. All of my vehicles have my logo on there. My family's vehicle have my logo on there. No one's going to sell you better than you. And if nothing else, it's a conversation starter. Hey, what's that Sunset Productions? What is that? If it's on a ball cap or something like that, it just gets the conversation started, and you never know where that could take you. I was actually on vacation for my honeymoon. I had a DJ Woopig shirt on while waiting in line to get on the cruise ship, and they said, "Hey, what's DJ Woopig?" We're in Louisiana, of course, and I just kind of explained the story, and that guy. He follows my journey on YouTube. He comments. I see him in the comments, and there's people in Louisiana that have called me because that dude started a conversation because I was wearing a DJ Woopig shirt. So yeah, sell yourself. How am I liking your new toy? What? Oh yeah, I got an awesome, sweet van That's what my mother is referring to. I will reveal what the name is on the video where I talk about the van, which I believe is the ultimate DJ slash production vehicle. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. We got 30 seconds left. So what I'm going to say tonight, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I know it's late wherever you may be right here. You know, it's 10:51 p.m. Having my logo on vehicle trailer make you nervous for break-ins? No, I got damn good insurance, and it's a part of it. You know, banks, they have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their building, and you don't see a bank without a sign. So that's just, it is what it is. But we're officially at an hour. I will say thanks for hanging out with me. Earlier we had like 70 people in. Now there's 52. Before you guys get out of here, be sure to give me a thumbs up. That helps boost the ratings up. I will say, if you're not following me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all that stuff, you can find me at DJ Woopig. That's where I am. I update Instagram more than I update anything else. So it's probably a good idea to follow me there. There is content coming soon. I just get super busy, and YouTube is like a side hustle for me. It's not, you know, I got a business to run. So there is stuff coming down the pipeline, like I said, and I was talking to Bar earlier. Mackie sent me out some stuff, and there'll be some reviews on that. I did do a video on power, and my card got corrupted. So we need to reshoot that. We've got the new tow vehicle that we need to talk about. Lots of stuff coming down the pipeline. Just hold with me. I'm not going anywhere. I know it's been a month since I uploaded a video, but I appreciate you guys, all 12,000 of you, and I'll talk to you soon. So until next time, be sure to follow me on Instagram, DJ Woopig, and we'll see you later.